So WCG Grand Finals here in Chengdu, China is finally winding down, and we find ourselves here in the Holiday Inn Hotel with Grubby before he gets a bite to eat for lunch. So we know that you actually had fallen to Lyn, I think on the second play or third play day of WCG. How did that match go?
That was the second round. Um, well, I won the first map, lost the second, lost the third. How did it go? What do you want to know?
Well, do you think there are any mistakes, or were you simply outplayed by Lyn? Like, we haven't really. I don't know that much about Warcraft 3 personally. So, could you care to explain what happened?
Well, I would say I can take it from the start. First map we played on Echo Isles. Um, yeah, I have to like find a proper balance of making this as interesting as possible without going like right to the core and give away secrets to my opponents and whatnot. On Echo, it was like uh, I took an early advantage by killing some grunts and made it very hard for him to go creeping. Uh, he tried to make up for his deficit and grunts. He lost 3, I lost none, by going for quite a daring creep route. He took the Merc camp right away at tier 2, and I came in and I stopped him, well, kind of towards the end. In the meantime, my Shadowhunter was completely safe because he didn't have Blade Master level 3 yet, which meant I could just attack as soon as I had a decently sized army and finish the game in his base. That was a very nice start for me, and I thought it would promise a lot about how the rest of the best of 3 would go as well. But at the same time, I knew that Echo Isles was my best map at that time, so it was only going to get harder from that point onwards. Second map was Turtle Rock. It went pretty equal in the start. He crept one of the big red spots, the troll level 6 camp, the gold mine on Turtle Rock, which is normally main position, like a spawning point. I did not creep one of those. He got 8 agility on his Blade Master from that, like a Tome of Agility +2 and the Boots of Quel'Thalas +6, which, although it is like a good item to find, it's not the best. It's like the second best of each. But I'm always someone who says luck doesn't play a big role, even in Orc Mirror. Even with such things, you can say it's lucky, but I didn't creep one of those camps, and who knows what I would have gotten if I, crept the other one. However, I had different plans. I crept both of the Ogre Magi, which dropped the Watch Award, which in a long game would give me map control, but I noticed that Lyn changed his style from the previous encounters that we met this year. He was taking like a minuscule advantage and turning it into a big advantage, which I have to applaud him for, because let's say he finds some items which dish out a bit more damage than what I found so far, but at the same time I have more map control. But in a direct confrontation, that doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter whether I can see whether he's on the left or the right if we're both standing in a Western standoff in the middle. So, he assembled his army and started like hanging around me. We were both kind of at the same point in the game, but his Shadowhunter was a little closer to level 3. And there were no creeps which were like safe to creep for me around. And because he had his army just a little bit faster than mine, he took the only camp that was kind of close to us. And I checked his Shadowhunter level when he came into the middle of the map, which was level 2, and his blade was level 3. And I checked the items, I compared, I saw he had mana pot, I thought there's going to be an impending fight, so I went to get my mana pots as well. The fight indeed did happen, but there was like one moment where he disappeared for a second, and I saw it as a weakness because he turned his back to me. So I came, and then apparently he crept one camp, and I did not check his Shadowhunter again, which is a mistake on my part. And he was level 3, so he speed scrolled into the fight. He seemed too eager for as far as the status quo was concerned thus far, and I saw that as a weakness. But he had his Shadowhunter level 3 already, and we fought, and I didn't kill like a single unit, I think, or maybe I killed it. It was immediately replaced, and that was the end of it. And there was one point where I nearly caught the 3 remaining grunts with my Blade Master. It would have just taken me like 2 more seconds to check the whole spot, and I think if I would have killed them, it would have been pretty one-sided, just like the one game, like the first game, and perhaps I would have taken it 2-0. But what's done is done, and I cannot blame anything but the mistakes I made. Score is 1-1. Then in the third game, pretty equal start. The first difference was when he was keeping his blade on me and crept with 4 grunts at the same time, and then he tried to prevent me from creeping as well. He picked up a few more items, picked up some more experience points, translated that into map control, played very aggressive, hung around me. As soon as he got higher hero level Shadowhunter, he stayed around me as well. I nearly made a comeback by a good fight in my base, but made an error in movement on my Shadowhunter wrong way, and it died. And then I still would have had a chance, but I wanted to equalize the fight by killing a Shadowhunter. But kind of like something freaky happened, because there was one raider which I nearly killed, and it ran to the top. It was like 50 HP or less. And you send those raiders away during a fight, and you don't really check where they're going most of the time. Sometimes you send them back to your base, sometimes you send them another safe route. And he had 2 raiders coming from his main base, which I knew I could outrun. Even though he hacks me, he could ensnare me once, I run. And then suddenly that raider came back from the top of the map, which, you know, it was good by him, but it wasn't planned. And it was avoidable by me, but I didn't avoid it. And then when that raider came back, he had 3 raiders for permanent ensnare. I didn't have mana, and I died my hero, and thus lost my chance of going back into the game. I mean, even in that game, he had Scourge Bone Chimes, which is the best item you can find. Makes fights really hard, but you can't use that as an excuse when there's like a fight where you do better and you kill more. And then, you know, if there's anything to improve at all, then I still have to blame myself. And well, that's it.